Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. I'm out here July 8th, 2025 at 7:26 p.m. and just thought I'd make some videos. Got my driver's license renewed. I've mentioned didn't have it for a month, just over a month, and so I wasn't able to drive to do deliveries. I do them for health insurance, Affordable Care Act. You hear short version. I am not a voice of authority on it, but from what I understand, you just basically have to work and prove that. So that's why I wanted to pay for it, just pay for it, but nope, can't do that. And those brokers, broker or something like that they call them. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't even want to speak to any of them I spoke to. It was like, whoa, no, thank you. So anyway, I had to work, and now I'm going back to work. Hopefully this week, and here it is this is north of Dallas, it's Texas, a little bit northeast of Dallas, and we've been having great temperatures, unusually cool temperatures. It was, say, May, June, and July. So far, today's the 8th, like I said, usually it's quite warmer. And today our temperature actually dropped 20 degrees like really fast because the storm came in. I mean, I walked out and it was like, whoa, the heat hit me. Didn't walk all the way out, just shut the door because of the heat. The heat index was, I think, 104. And went in. I was getting ready. I was going to come out here and looked online, did some things like that to see if we, any storms or anything. Because it was kind of dark in one direction. And when I opened the door again, the sky was falling. Rain was so, I had not seen rain like that in a long, long time. Anyway, it was thunder, lightning, all that. So, but anyway, we've had these great days, and now that I'm, able to go back to work, all around, it's going to be really, really hot. But the first year, 2023, that I did deliveries, I was out. Adam had went with me. Adam was an electrical engineer, so he was working from home remotely, and he because of since 2020, and because of that, he wanted to go out and do some things, go drive somewhere, do something, get out of the house after work hours, and I wanted him to go with me to see, because I was just learning 2023, how to, I'm a little distracted in case you're wondering. Are you going to back up into my yard? What in the world are you doing? Okay, something freaky. Oh, I see. Oh my goodness, okay. Anyway, yeah. That was not a squirrel moment. That was a what in the world are you doing moment. Somebody in a Jeep. But anyway, yeah, Adam wanted to go with me just to get out of the house. I wanted him to go with me so, for me to learn the ropes, and he could, we could both monitor the offers and stuff like that, and when I'm driving, and for me to get used to it, all around. And so he did that. But as the summer, and it was summer when I started, it was July, it was probably around this time, I think, in 2023. And at some point he was telling me, he said, do you know that when you get out, you are leaving the SUV in drive? He said twice, I don't remember how many times he said he had to put it in park. But I had driven up to a place that was a little bit elevated, and I forgot. And I didn't do that. And he said, see, you're doing it again. Not you're doing it again. That's when he told me. I said, you should have told me. And since then, no. Never since then. I think it was because at that moment I checked, and the temperature itself was 106. So when I first started doing this, I was out there in a 100-degree temperature, 100 plus, delivering, and I was fine. I do not think that will be the case now. Fine. Did you hear my fine? No, I don't think that that's going to be the case now. So I think I'm going to do more of early morning. And plus, I've been through that. We don't really know, me and the doctor and all that, don't really know if I was experiencing, some kind of, what it was my body was getting cold. What is it called? Hypothermia? When you don't have, which one is it when you don't have enough water? Whatever it is. He had said that it could be. He didn't diagnose, he said it could have been this. So, but I'm not going to be out there in that heat. I like I said, I came out today around 5 to 6 o'clock, somewhere around that, give or take. And it was, the heat hit me, and it was only at like 93 maybe, but the heat index was 104, and it hit me so hard, I'm like, I turned around, went back in, and came back out. Like I said, the sky was falling. So, okay, but this time I really do need to try to focus on one place to deliver. And I say that, and then I have a bad day, or two. Say I'm not going to do it again. But there is the place that I want to deliver is Murphy and Wiley. Actually, they're right next to one another, and because it's got one FM Farmers Market Road, and it's called FM 544, and that road is like restaurant road, restaurant, stores, whatever. Okay, my nosy neighbor's out again. One of them. I can have two. Actually, we have more than that. We know it. But anyway, I want to deliver, it's one road, and all the orders to be delivered come off of that FM 544. It's really nice. It's, nice roads and all that. And the only problem is what they pay. But you have to think about it. It's like $5 for 1 mile. Okay, that's overall good, because what people go for is the what is it? The $2, two mile. Wait, $1. Some say $1 per mile. Some say $2 per mile. Okay, I don't know. I have to remember the language here. Or you know what I'm talking about. But me, that $5 is really to go into some restaurant, get the food, go to their home, give it, drop off the food and go. Because out there, they're just like here, mainly it's here where I live. These houses are built up, so the walkway to the house, to the door, whether it's their driveway or it's a walkway, are usually steep. Yeah, it's like walking stairs. And so they don't have any rails, so I should mention, not just steep, and they don't have rails, but they wind around, and it's very easy to fall, very easy. And so, but out there they have some, but not as many. Anyway, I just need to focus on one place and just say this is what I want to do. But a lot of the times, going out there, they will also take me to other suburbs of Dallas. And then the next thing you know, I'm off. And there are other places I could go to where they pay more, but they're also busier roads. So, I don't know if people are talking, I've not been doing these, and people we're talking about this Uber Eats made some changes in their tiers or something. What is it, TIERS? And I'm like, whatever. Mine is, I think, 12% acceptance rate, and that's what it goes by. Whatever, I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna change, because so often when I usually don't mention the ones I use, but that one I do. So often the offers would be crazy. Like, what was that? I said I would never forget that one. Okay, my voice was going out, but I said I'd never forget that one. But I had some like $2 for, 20-something miles. Yeah, I don't know if it was, I was using 3 at that time, but, I had a lot that were, one of them was 100 and, let's see if I can remember, 104 miles or something. It was for like $50, and I thought, yeah, that's some kid. It's probably some kid or somebody being, somebody just trying, because on Uber they can cancel their tip, and you're screwed. So, that would be a tip for somebody to order from that far away. And I remember one of the times, the weirdest one I ever had was a woman who ordered from her home. It was far enough away that this would not be, no way a person could do it in Texas at all. And she wanted some ice cream. And I'm talking like, I think it was something similar to a banana split, or maybe it was a banana split from it was just, I don't know, maybe it was family owned restaurant or ice cream shop. It was not a chain store. And she put in there that if it was at all melted, that I would be going back to the place and getting her one that was not melted. So I was thinking it wasn't going to be that far, but it turned out it was really, really bad traffic. Seriously bad. But no matter whether the traffic would have been bad or not, where it actually was as it turned up was way too far for that. So, and I think it may have been that she sent me a text during it that said that I would be going back to the store, to the ice cream shop, and getting her a new one. No, I would not be doing that. And what idiot thinks that you can get an ice cream in Texas, anywhere, and it's not going to melt at all? Voice. She, so I called their, the help line, and they said, no, you don't have to do it. Just cancel it, and that they would cancel it because no, she should not speak to you like that. Then they could see that she said that it was a text or something that she had written that, and that I wasn't going to be penalized for it. And Adam had a great ice cream, so oh man, he was with me, and I don't tend to eat ice cream. So I'm preparing myself to go back to this and see, how it's going to be again. So there've been so many breaks in what I've been doing because of so many reasons. When is it ever going to be just normal stuff? But before that, one of the reasons I was going to say is because my driver's license had expired and I had to go renew it. Uber Eats wasn't going to let me, even though I called them and explained, and they said nope, and I was told wrong as it was. Yeah, and I was told you could still drive, and that was wrong. No, I wasn't going to go to jail. Yeah, as it turns out, $200 fine, possible $200 fine and jail sentence. And you would think it said prison, but no, it's jail. I don't know how that stuff works. Really, I don't. But I said, wow, I'm glad they didn't. But anyway, so then I got my license renewed, and they give a paper. They just print out a paper, temporary one, until the one comes in the mail, and the new one. Of course, I had to take a new picture, and 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 it looks different. It's been 8 years, and I think it's a much better picture than the one 8 years ago. And so I sent that in, a copy of it. They approved it, but then they sent something saying that they need a picture. They need a new picture of me, which it makes sense. And luckily, I was, it was the same day. I was still wearing the same clothes and makeup and all that. And so I did it, and it went right through. So it says I'm approved to start again, but and somewhere, at some point, they sent one that said it was denied. But then they approved it. So I'm like, whatever. We'll see. We will see. And I probably maybe need to do that with the other ones, is to send in the new information. I don't know. The other ones have not asked me for anything. So, really only one I use. So, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go in. I'll talk to you on another video.